This will be a short tutorial about organizing the data. So now that you start getting data in, we have to get it organized before we can analyze it. And for my particular practice study, sample study that I've been using, these are the variables that I'm comparing. Hours studying per night to the GPA and the GPA to absences. And my sample survey had these questions. Well, now I'm starting to get responses in. Now we're to the point where we're starting to get responses in. So we can click on responses here, and it will give us some data here. Now this data right here is the age of the person. Not real helpful right now, but later we will need that information. Same thing with what grade you're in and the gender. When I'm writing up my report later, I will want to put that 58% of the respondents were male. As I'm doing this, I may notice this too. I may want, in my survey, maybe I want a close to equal amount of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And let's say as my surveys are coming in, I'm realizing I'm getting a lot of sophomores, but I'm not getting very many seniors. I may want to find a class that has more older kids and have that survey done in that class. But we can evaluate that as it comes in. The data I really need is down here, but this is not a form that is exceptionally helpful to me. So I want to look at it broke down. And if you go to here, it will move it into a spreadsheet form. Now I already did this. So here's my spreadsheet form. This is what it looks like when it comes in. This is not terribly helpful either because it's got all this information here, but it's not organized in a way. So what I think our next step is we have to organize that data. And to organize that data, you have to have categories of how you want it. Now, for me, I decided I would put the GPA into 4 different categories. One category I called the highest, which would be a GPA to 3 to 4. The second highest is 2.5 to 2.99. The third highest, 2 to 2.49. And then the lowest is 1 to 1.99. I understand there's some problems here. These two are larger than these two. But that's how I'm having it. If I would redo it, I may have done it differently, but that's how I have it in here. Okay, so what I did was I created another spreadsheet. And if you don't know how to create a spreadsheet, just go to Sheets and then create a new one. And then from there, you have to create your category. So here's what I did. I just made my highest right here, and I put the key on there. And then age, grade, gender, all this stuff. Okay, my second highest, my third highest, and my lowest. And then when the data comes in, I'm just going to copy and paste this. Now, you notice these asterisks that I have over here? Those I put on there to know that I've already done one. So if I copy this one, I don't need the date that it was taken, but if I copy this one, and this is 2 to 2.49, I'm going to put an asterisk here so I know that I've done this student already. I don't want to do it twice. So I put an asterisk there. Now I'm going to go here. It's 2 to 2.49, which is this one. No. It's this one. This I have wrong. I'm going to fix it right now. 2.49. And then all I have to do is paste this into it. And it's there. Now what I'm having is all of these. So later on, I have all these, then I can start to look at the hours per week that they studied. Now notice over here, we have these things marked. Okay, that's my next thing. I went with absences and I made 3 categories of that. Low, medium, and high. And as I put them into there, I'm just going to mark these right here. So this is and I put it here in case I couldn't remember, but I put it there, so that would be a medium. And again, later on, that data will be helpful. So as new ones come in, I can just move them over there. I don't have to do it all at once. And then when I have enough samples, then I can start to analyze the data that's coming in. And maybe I'm going to see there's a correlation between the number of hours they study and their GPA. Now, I do want to point out something that I probably messed up on. If I could have redone this, I would have changed this to, I would have got rid of these ranges. So in my questions, I put how many hours a week do you study? And I put less than 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on. The problem that I would have right now is I would like to go my highest in the average number of hours a night that people study, but I have less than 1 to 1. Well, I don't know how to make it. Is that 0 or is that 1 if I'm adding an average? Is here 1 to 2? Should I have had 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour? I wish I would have, because then I could figure out an average. And if the average hour per week equals here is higher than the average hour a week here, then I can show some correlation there. You are early in your process. You can clear out the results of yours and you can rewrite it in a way that gives you more detailed answers. And I wish I would have done that. If I would have do it over again, that's what I would do. Since you haven't really given the surveys out to anybody yet, we still have a chance to correct that potential error. Now this is all we're doing here. We're just going to try to organize this data, and then when we have enough in, when we have our survey, there's enough of our surveys taken, then we can, back to responses, when you feel like you have enough, let's say you have 100 or 150 or as many as you need, then you can just click this and then you won't take any more responses. But for the meantime, we need to get responses in. But this helps us to get a head start on organizing that data and make it simpler and not quite so overwhelming. That is what we're working on now.